Welcome back. So we've been having this really great chat with Dr. Odedun. She's exploring Nigeria. She thinks she'll stay. She's an entrepreneur. She's a business person. What's going to happen to your businesses if you do decide to move? Are you going to bring them back?
Yes, I will. I actually have it in the works already.
Okay.
By next month, I want to actually start the Dayton's Cakes, like ordering platform. But then I'll still go back, but I'm going back to pack my load.
Something.
Yes.
That's interesting.
E-shop.
Wow, that's really interesting. And do you see any difficulties with juggling medicine and entrepreneurship? Because they're all equally time consuming.
Yeah, they are. But I feel like maybe the way I've conditioned myself, I'm now like a very hard worker that I can multitask everything. And I already have a plan on how to manage work time and business time. But I feel like I always do it. The time I used to sleep, I can always dedicate it to my business. It's just for the better
doctor,
good.
You know that you're supposed to sleep 7 hours a night.
You say like, they don't sleep.
They scam those. Really?
Doctors don't sleep, trust me. It's a very hectic work.
What would you say is your guiding principle? Because you're doing so many things, and I mean, you're at an age where you really don't have to. What's your guiding principle? What's this thing that keeps pushing you?
The first thing I always say to myself is, whatever I'm doing, I have to do it excellently well. So whether it's just something as little as braiding someone's hair, I have to do it to the customer satisfaction. So I feel like whatever I choose to do, I have to do it well because I don't have time to fail it. You know, I might be young now, but before you know it, I'm probably 30 and I'm counting some clock somewhere.
She said 30 like it's old.
No, it's not. But that's like the stepping stone to people realize.
You're making it worse.
Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, but I feel like whatever I have to do, I have to do it now that I have the strength for it. And
how do your parents respond when they see you doing all these things?
Well, what's funny is, okay, my mom is a single mom, so when I was younger, she was a civil engineer. She's retired now. She used to come home like very, very late, and I still am not doing engineering because everyone in my family is an engineer actually. I was like, I'm not doing engineering because of the hectic.
Now went into it.
And I now added business, like how hectic can that be? But I got the drive from my mom actually. She can't sit down in one place, even at 65. Yesterday was her birthday, by the way. And she can't sit down in one place, and I feel like I got that from her. Even my brother too. My brother was sick and he still had to stand up the next day to go somewhere. It's in the family. Let me just summarize it that way.
Let's jump 5, 10 years into the future. What do you see? Apart from more businesses.
No.
I don't believe you, sorry.
Okay, we'll check back. We'll check back in 10 years. But the most important thing that I want to have achieved in like 5, 10 years is to have like a mobile health platform. To like reach the rural areas, because that's the main thing I'm actually doing the masters for, is to reach like the rural areas that don't have like good medical attention with the platform. Like doctors in the cities can actually help with, you know, now we're like in the technology age. So I actually want that technology to be of good use to the health sector. So I want to be able to have bridged that gap between cities, doctors in the cities and patients in the rural areas. Yeah, that's the #1 dream for 5 to 10 years.
Any others?
Business. I want to be known as the baker.
The baking actually is what really has you.
Yes.
That's interesting.
I can abandon the rest, but I can't abandon baking.
It's going to stay.
Yeah, it's going to stay.
Obviously, from Hungary, you've developed an expectation of what medicine should be. How does medicine here compare?
They are almost polar opposites, actually, because in Hungary, you have a system working, do you understand? And you have someone you can actually report to if something is wrong. But in Nigeria, it's the opposite. Like, you have to do what they tell you to do. Especially as a junior doctor, you have to answer your seniors, even if they send you to buy something.
You just go quietly.
The respect now, you know, is about respect in Nigeria. So
this is true.
It goes into the medical system too. I'm actually ready for it, actually. I feel I grew up in Nigeria, so why am I running away from Nigeria? So anything I'm served.
You were away for how many years?
7.
Okay, that's well. But I'm sure there's still a bit of a culture shock. Or did you do a lot of going and coming?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not so bad.
Nah, it's not so bad.
What would your dream be for the medical profession if you could dream a future of health in Nigeria, apart from e-medicine? What else would you like to see?
To have a very good structure, because even patients don't trust doctors in Nigeria, which is very sad because, was it not like a month or 2 months ago, the doctor in America that actually performed like double surgery was a Nigerian.
Yes.
He studied in Nigeria.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
But people don't trust, like patients don't trust Nigerian doctors. And it's not actually because they're not good, it's just because they don't trust the system.
The system, that's true.
Do you get? So I actually want the system to have improved that patients don't have to run abroad for treatment, because they're actually very good systems in Nigeria, like private hospitals, but people can't afford it. So I feel like if the government hospitals can subsidize those kind of payments, treatments rather, I think it will actually help the health system to boom, and patients will eventually trust the doctors here, because they're actually very, very good doctors. I'm just sad about the system.
And finally, what do you want to be known as? When people think about you, what do you want them to think?
I want to be someone that can inspire others through my work.
Well, you're doing that already.
Yeah, I
But
want
you
to do
haven't
more.
started.
Yeah, I've not started.
You know the thing about you, you're very quiet, but the ambition is so obvious. And I think that is the most impressive thing about you, that it's not fire and noise. It's you sitting down and saying, you know what, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And you just go on and do it. Yeah. And that's why I'm really, really excited to see what will happen with you in the next few years when you come back. I know you will make a difference. I know that in years to come, people will look back at you and ascribe the reason for their going on, or their inspiration, or they're taking that extra effort to seeing you or hearing from you. So
I hope so too.
I believe it will happen. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We wish you the absolute best.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.